Hey everyone. Alright, it's been a minute. I'm going to go and have fun a little bit with my PC01 in a minute. But just before that, I wanted to talk about the progress with the 112 pan at the moment. I'm having tons of fun with the original FP platform with that body, which is freaking heavy, but it's a super enjoyable body to drive. It's super aggressive. It's really fun. It is. It's not performance oriented, but the drivability factor is just. It's pure joy to drive this thing. It's just tail happy, super aggressive. Very happy with this. Driving at night is really cool with the LEDs at the front and at the rear. I think one of them is dangling down. Yeah, it's been beaten down quite a bit. Now, the other version of the body, so contrary to my understanding of downforce, having the downforce above the axle was a very bad idea. Luckily, I've had plans for opening it. So once it's open, it does what it was intended to do, which is drive well and have a fast tail. But what I want to be able to do is to match what I can do with one of those. So of course this is ultralight, those are not ultralight. I'm going to make an ultralight version in 0.5 mil. This is the BT design. LSN19 is the forward cab design. I love this body, it's fantastic. The downforce is amazing. I've done my own little custom work at the back. I've added a part of my touring wheel from my my car collection, the one that I do on the website. I might not be selling it anymore, but this is my own touring wheel, touring wing, sorry, it's the end of the day. Anyway, I had a cut over there to let the wind go through as well. The main thing that this has, that this doesn't, is the sidewall. Those sidewalls are very pronounced, so it is very grippy in high-speed corners. This is less grippy. I have had the exact same wing at the back. I've kept it extremely tall for the moment, and I'm gonna be slicing it a little bit at a time to see when do I have the best balance. And the sidewalls, I'm not sure. I have some clear pieces that I might put, or I might not put them. I don't think I can expect to have, of course, pan car body, shovel body kind of performance, just because of the fact that I don't have anything in the front here to push the front end down, so I have more understeer than I have with this, and I'm not gonna have the aggressive sidewalls, but I think I can get this to be quicker than it is right now. This one is actually good because of the amount of weight at the back, so it holds its own, but it's really slower than that. This BT, I've had similar times on the track that I have with the Kyosho Phantom, and I have similar time that I have with the Team C. It really depends on grip compound that I put, if the tires are new, if the track is hot, but overall they have very similar. I have a lot more tail happiness with the Kyosho with this, but I had so much struggles with the seating of the cars and the tires that I'm not really sure where this was coming from. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow morning. I'm gonna be playing with my two pans at the track, and underneath it is this way now. So completely rigid front end, no floating at all. This part is completely squeezed to the chassis. I have a 2 mil height adjuster here. I have cut a little bit of the uprights from Team Saxo here to match the one I have on my older prototypes, just in order to have droop and a little bit more travel as well. I have changed the anchor point for the steering to straight instead of being angled to the front. The caster, I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. It's fairly aggressive. I must have some 10-ish degrees, something like that. I don't have tools to measure, but the ride springs, so I'm going to work on a system where I can adjust the spring tension. I need to remove this brass pole and add another locking nut so I can loosen the nuts and then change the height that I want. So right now I'm fairly happy with the side to side. I'm using 3 damper tubes with springs inside. They have I think it's silver and silver. I think it's silver all around, or maybe 2 gold and 1 silver. I don't remember, but it's fairly soft. It's really composed. I am playing right now with a very small amount of gyro in it as well, to try to compensate with the struggle I have with traction at the track. But actually playing with the body is really helping as well to figure out. So I have two options for those diagonal dampers. I have those tubes, and the 2 others that worked really well as well, but that make the ride stiffer, are the one I had on my video last time, which are from the SDRacing F113, the fairly old F1 platform from SDRacing, and they are like grease dampers, basically. It's O-rings and grease inside the rod. It's not oil shock, and they have very stiff small black springs. And so I have tried with it as well. It's very aggressive, but it's very quick. This is less aggressive, but I'm losing a little bit in speed, and I'm losing in speed as well with the old gyro thing. But I want to try everything that I can try. Oh, the main thing that I've done, I even forgot to talk about that. I have sliced these parts of the pods assembly at the back. So originally the FRP part for the back was full here, and there's too much stiffness. I want to have more flexibility at the rear, and removing that is offering me really good amounts of flexibility at the back now. So really happy with that. I can't wait to get the new chassis cut, because this one has suffered a lot. The bumper, every time I have a shock, it just comes out loose. But it's been a very interesting platform to work on, because I have no reference. Basically, when I did my all my testing on the original FP, even though it is one-piece chassis, it is still a T-plate style of chassis. It's very traditional what you can do with it. I have played with older style of setting, and then right now I'm running a very current type with a 2 lateral damper tubes and a central shock with a spring. So it is a fairly traditional platform. This is really something else altogether. It is really similar to that, but because it is not the same. It is not the same weight distribution. It's not the same overall weight. It is not the same speeds. It is not the same type of tires, and so on and so forth. It's really interesting to see what works, what doesn't work, and where, because of course every time you change track, you change everything. So right now I'm trying to set it up for the local track to be the best it can be over there. And once it's over there, one of my goals is to bring all my foam cars, all my foam platforms, to the carpet track. The track I've been last time in PYC, they have a carpet indoor track, so hopefully it's been cleaned, and I'm gonna be able to go and film over there. Alright, so in the meantime, I'm gonna have a little bit of mini fun. I'm very rusty. My god, it's crazy how long I haven't been driving those cars. You lose quickly your ability to be any good, or at least I do. But nevertheless, it is still a lot of fun. I'm still unable to go to the RCP to test these tracks, these cars. So I'm just gonna keep on doing my testings over here, which is good. And right now I'll be pretty much finishing with the new FP2 platform in the coming weeks. I have to be honest, I am not sure what I'm going to do with those 112 chassis, this one as well as the trikes. I think I'm going to make custom orders for them or back orders for them. I'm not so sure yet. We shall see. I'll see what I can come up with for the FP2 platforms when it comes to costs, and I think that is going to be pretty much what decides if I do a custom luxury chassis all in carbon and pretty much made per order, or if I go with a low entry price FRP version. I am not sure. We shall see. Oh, and yes, I said last time on Facebook that I'm going to be putting the experimental section. This is a work in progress. I have a lot of pictures to take and a lot of entry products to make on the web store, but this is coming. It is going to be a section of the store that has I'm going to destock all the FR4 parts that I have had at home for prototyping. So I have a lot of test parts for the 128 mini trike, and those chassis are great because they don't have any flex cut at the back, and FR4 is really easy to work with a hand tool or a Dremel or rotary tool. And so I'm going to put the parts for that available for very, very, very low price on the website, and it's going to be whatever stocks I have until they're gone. And so I have parts for the Classic, I have parts for the Mini B2B. Both of them are using traditional Mini Z pods, so you can put whatever pods you want at the back. And when it comes to the front end, the axles the uprights are from the Mini Q. I forgot which one. I'll put them online, but they are very easy to find as well on plenty of places that sells the YL toys and the Mini Q's platform or any of those OEM cars. So this is gonna come up. It's gonna be one place for all the experimental. It's gonna be all scale mixed together because it's a temporary page that I'm gonna have, and it's while stocks lasts. I'm going to have some of my Pan Car FR4 available. Every part pretty much available in FR4. This you can use the Tamiya F103, F103 wides, F103 GT pods, or anyone that was made for this car. So it's super, super cheap to build a platform for that. My uprights in the front, I'm gonna make the 3D file available for people to be able to print them. Of course, I have them in stock as well for a fairly low price, so they can be bought directly printed from me, or you can find them on Shapeways. And then I have parts for the long wheelbase F1. Same chassis, when you can add to the front any of the Tamiya front ends. You can put any of the Tamiya compatible spoilers in the front, and you can use the same pods, F103, I think it's the F104W and F103 GT, that are the same plastic pod. They are super inexpensive, and then basically you ruin your money when you work on those prototypes with an axle. But it's a good thing if you have a F1 chassis or a WGT or a 112 chassis that is laying around and you have a spare axle that you can use. Then it's a really cool ways to just test around, and being FR4 is very, very, very easy to work with without many tools. The chassis are as they are when I order them for prototyping, so they are not countersunk. Not everything is cut, you're gonna have to do some work, but I think for people who like DIY projects and they want to be able to have a nice starting base to build an RC car in 110, in 112 or in 128, those are going to be interesting, and that's going to allow me as well to release some of the 3D file online, so for people who want to print some of the parts, that's going to be available as well. So that is it for the little update. I'm going to try to enjoy the tracks this weekend because I think the rain is going to come pissing. So if that's the case, I might go and do the carpet track 112 day during next week. I'm not sure. I have some work interviews tomorrow. I'm not sure what's going to happen for my daytime activities. So this is going to be updated as well. That might change the... Well, you see that I don't release things regularly for YouTube. I'm not trying to build a YouTube review of Chinese clone channel, but I really enjoy the sharing and the little community that is building up on YouTube. So I want to be able to keep on doing that, but I'm not sure when. There's probably going to be a lot more night videos and probably more weekend videos as well of the bigger cars on the track. We shall see. There is a lot of places in town when I can play, maybe some shops as well that I can show you around, and we shall see how things evolve. But there might be some changes to my daytime activities in the near future, hopefully, because otherwise I'm going to be making videos from a van in the very near future. So yeah, just joking, but yeah, I need to change the situation here with the schools being closed. My spouse is unable to work for over a year now because of the school closing all the time. So we have to meet ends needs. So on that note, I hope all of you guys are coping with this time that it seems to be never ending as well as you can, that you're doing okay financially and with your family. And I will be back with some more updates, hopefully the experimental page, and probably some more videos of the 112 pan cars driving on my local track, which is quite a lot of fun actually, compared to the bigger track, because people are not so serious over there, so we can enjoy a little bit of goofing around and playing with different kind of cars. Why so serious? Alright, so everybody, you stay safe and sane, and I will be back in the very near future with more stuff. Alright, bye bye everyone. Well, parking.